Dear colleagues and partners, welcome to this first tutorial of a series of 5 in which we will share the basics of the CCV store with you. You will have noticed that more and more of our in-store payment solutions are Android-based nowadays, and in addition to its many advantages, it also entails some extra management activities, in particular regarding the installation of apps on our new terminals. These tutorials are here to help you get started. This first tutorial gives a brief introduction of our App Store, and in the next videos we take a closer look at the various components. In this video we cover 3 topics, namely what exactly is the CCV Store, how do you gain access to it, and what are its main components. To start with the first one, the CCV Store is best compared with the Google or Apple Store. Its basic purpose is to make apps available on our payment terminals. For obvious security reasons, our payment terminals are part of a closed system, which is why we use our own App Store and not the Google Play Store. Just like with any other Android device, the client of the CCV Store runs on the payment terminal itself, as you are used to from your own smartphone, for example. When installing a payment terminal, however, the management activities mainly take place in the administration panel of the CCV Store. Here you can configure specifically which apps you want to make available to the end user of a particular payment terminal. This set of instructions is therefore aimed at the correct use of the CCV Store administration panel. To gain access to the CCV Store, you first need a user account. Please contact your partner manager for this, stating the name, email address and telephone number of the intended administrator. For example, the same person who now also carries out terminal management activities within your company. Subsequently, CCV sends an activation email which can be used for 48 hours. After going through the necessary activation steps, you will be able to log in for the first time. There are actually 2 ways to log in: via the main screen of the CCV Store or directly in the administration panel. I'll show you how. The previous top hyperlink directs you to the home screen of the CCV Store. Next you choose Login at the top right of the screen and use the login details that you've received from us. We're now logged in, and what you have to do is click on the hamburger menu at the top right, scroll down to the CCV Store SME and click the rightmost icon for the administration center. Now we've arrived at the administration panel of the CCV Store. I advise you to save this link in your browser so that you no longer have to take those intermediate steps in the future. Hence the previous hyperlink at the bottom. Since we're now logged in, let's take a quick tour and have a first look at the main components. We are currently looking at the dashboard. All important menu items are on the left side in the blue menu bar. The dashboard, as you will experience later, immediately fills up with information as soon as we've created our first terminal. But at the moment it's still empty. Terminal management can be found just below the middle of the blue menu bar. This is where we'll soon perform most of the work when it comes to setting up our store and creating terminals. To organize your terminal base in the store, it distinguishes 2 types of categories, which are called merchants and sub-resellers. In the next video we'll go into more detail of terminal management and an efficient setup of your store layout. Below terminal management you find group management, which is intended to perform management tasks on multiple terminals at the same time. Here you can define different types of terminal groups, general and dynamic, to which you can apply software updates, for example. Our third video will cover this in more detail. A little further down you find user management and role management, and for now it's enough to know that you can create, besides administrator and operator, multiple user profiles, which you can assign to different colleagues. User management lets you perform basic tasks like resetting passwords and alike. We get back at this topic in our 5th video, which, by the way, is very suitable to watch immediately after this instruction. Finally, I would like to point out the Document Center to you, also at the top right. Here you can always find the PAX manuals with in-depth information on the App Store. I hope this video was helpful to you. Make sure you check out our other CCV Store tutorials and feel free to share these with your colleagues. If you still have technical questions while using the CCV Store, please do not hesitate to send us an email. That was it for now. Thank you for watching.